Hi, welcome back to Better Detroit Youth Movement. I'm Erica Green, and today we have two new guests. I will allow them to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Justin Crutchfield.
I'm Angela Kilgore.
I hope that you guys enjoyed the show last week, which was on violence and how can we what do we feel about our community police. So we're looking to give you another great topic. You can visit us at www.betterdetroityouthmovement.org. Or you can give me a call personally at 313-739-5590. Or you can check us out on Mixing It Up on Demand with Barry Ross on Facebook. Today's topic is on why is education important and should low-income families be allowed to go to college free? So what do you guys think?
I thought that the topic was very great, just because I truly believe like a lot of youth are not realizing how important education is. And when I got a chance to really engage myself with different people in the community, I came to realize my thoughts have kind of changed about it, because a lot of youth have actually feel that education is important. But I feel like they're not really taking heed and really using the education that is there for them.
And I felt that it was really relevant with how education is affecting everyone today, and how jobs are very scarce, and education is the only way to very much secure those jobs.
Well, education is defined as the impacting and quality of knowledge through teaching and learning, especially at a school or a small institute. We was able to do interviews, all did it. Personal interviews with at least around 5 to 7 and 10 people, and I actually got a good range of students. I got 14, 15, 20, and a 6-year-old. Yeah, you'll be amazed if a 6-year-old answers this question. And so we asked, why is education important? And from the 6-year-old perspective, it's because we needed to get smart. And I was surprised that she was able to acknowledge what is important. Like, she just didn't just say, well, because we have to go to school, but she acknowledged that it's helping her gain to be smarter, to go somewhere.
And that made her a lot more brighter than some of the people
right.
Twice her age.
Yeah,
triple her age.
You'll be amazed of what kids understand these days. So you guys, how did your interviews go?
Well, one interview I got was with an older male. He's a police officer, and he spoke to me about how he related it to cancer, and of how if someone has cancer and you're looking to know more about how to overcome cancer, you're going to go to the person that has went through it, who has experienced it. And that's right. The same thing with education. You're going to go to someone who knows about it, who has experienced getting their education. And then I spoke to a younger man. He was 12 years old, in the 7th grade. And when I got on the phone, when I started speaking to him, he was very energetic. He understood the importance of education. And the thing he said, I was like, do you know what high school you're looking to go to? He's like, yeah, I'm looking to go to Country Day. I'm like, okay, that's good. You know, he's already prepared to looking at which high school he needs to go to. And I asked him, does he feel college is important? And he said, yeah, you know, you have to continue to get your education. And he truly feels that, you know, education can help you grow. So I truly appreciate it, just hearing from someone that age,
yes.
Because sometimes I feel that we can lose sight of the importance of education. We are able to educate ourselves daily, right. So we have to continue to seek knowledge.
Angela?
Well, with the people I interviewed, they felt that education was very important, but they were more so concerned with getting jobs, because they felt that making money so that they can have things now was more important than going to school. So I felt that it would be more beneficial to them and to the economy if they're like programmed to where they can work and study at the same time, so that everyone could be happy. They could be set right now because they have some change in their pocket, but they could be set for the future as well because they can have education in their brains.
Nice. That's actually a lot of them do worry about jobs, because sometimes when we ask why is education important, we got to think. We think that, yeah, you're 5 to 16 or 18 that you should be in school, but some of them are not in school, and so they say they have to work to make a living, or they have to work to make sure they're feeding. But we want to acknowledge that there are always a way there, and there are ways that you can get help. You can go to school and you'll be able to work so you can make a living. And I also did, I interviewed a 14-year-old. He said because you need it to do things in life, to go somewhere in life, because we seem to like our job is our life, but education seems to become more of our life, because without education now these days you can't get a job. Like, you got to be able to know how to read. You got to be able to know how to write the proper way, the way that it was meant to be. We just can't twist things on our own way. We need to, they need to acknowledge that this is how things were set to go for you to have a job or for you to receive a job. Because things have changed. It's not the same as, and when back then you had a family member who was working with Chrysler and you got a job. It's not the same as now.
Yeah, now you have to be an engineer who can actually make the car so that you can get a job and secure a way to, like, for you to have a future. You can't depend on other people. You have to depend on yourself and have an education yourself in order to get a job.
And I truly noticed that you have to apply yourself. You know, like, you can go out and be in school, you know, during the day, but if you don't apply yourself, then you're really not going to obtain the different things in school, and you're really not going to be able to move forward and progress. So,
and we had to take this question from both sides of the view, like those who are in school, those who want an education, but we also had to like try those who don't have an education, or those who don't want an education because they don't understand why they have to have an education to be someone and to go somewhere. So we took it as a device of like, education is to better yourself. Right. Even if a lot of people say, well, I'm 16, I got the choice to drop out or not drop out. But what would you do from there? Where would you go from there? How would you apply yourself? How would you get by? Because you're now more days, it's not, you can't even get a restaurant job without an education, without a diploma. So you got to ask yourself, not just because you don't want to do it, but you got to make yourself do it. Because you want to be someone. You said that's what you want to be. You want to make a good job. You want to make a good living. So you got to sacrifice of going to school and getting yourself an education. Like I said, we had a 6-year-old that understood what the importance of education is, and she's only in kindergarten. So you got to, like, if she can understand it and she know that it's going to improve her life and better her life, then also we all can. And education don't stop. It never stops. It keeps going. It's continual. Whether I go to Wayne State, as I said, and it's so diverse. There's so many people, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds in school, and I'm like, why are you still in school? Shouldn't you be done with your education? It's like, no, I want to get another career. I finished that one. So I think if you can continue your education, not just educating yourself in school, but knowledge.
Yeah, because education is more than just books and classrooms and teachers. It's about learning who you are and about learning what you like as well. So you should get an education not through books, but through everything, like your environment, like the people you surround yourself with, how you respond to different things, and that way you can be more, like, you can retain more of what you learn instead of just like taking a test, passing a test, and forgetting everything.
You, Justin?
Yeah, I feel like a mentor is very critical. You know, you looking up to someone and obtaining different information from someone about things that you want to do, that'll help you move forward. You know, I think sometimes we can overlook going to a mentor because of, you know, sometimes we feel like we don't need one or we got it, but just going to someone who is older than you, who has more knowledge than you, is very great. You know, especially if you want to look to be successful in whatever you do.
Right. And it inspires you because, like, if you can see that they did it and they were in the same situation as you were, then you feel as though you can do it as well. Because if one person can do it, then and they had the same problems that you did, anybody can do it.
Right.
Right. And one of the questions was, if you had the choice to not go to school, would you not go to school? And with the 4 to 5 interviews I chose, they all said they would still go to school because there's nothing else to do. Like, what would they do? Because they're even too young to work with someone, or they just sitting in the house not doing anything. So a lot of their response will, like, surprise me. It wasn't like, yeah, I'm going to stay home because I get to watch TV all day, or I get to do this all day. It's like, their point was like, what would I do? I wouldn't have a life anymore if I didn't go to school. I wouldn't have the friends that I have today. I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. So it's basically their understanding was, if you had the choice to not go to school, it would be pointless to not go, because where would you start your career? Where would you start to know people?
Yeah, and as far as, like, the friends go, you make friends mainly like with your family, with your neighborhood, and with your schools. Kids in your neighborhood are in the school, and if you're not at school, you're not with them. So like you're just lonely and at home watching TV. And yeah, that's good if you want to contribute to the obese problem and like you want to just sit around getting fat watching TV. But that's not going to help you 10 years from now, 20 years from now.
And she made a very good point that the people in your neighborhood, that's how you get yourself to go to school, who you hang around with. So you know, a lot of people that aren't going to school, that aren't applying themselves, they're usually hanging around people who aren't applying themselves, who aren't going to school. And you know, you have these group of people who don't know who they are. You know, don't even know that knowledge, you know, can help move them forward. So. Yeah.
Yeah, so one way, like, if you want to be more successful, is to be around successful people.
Right.
And not only is that, well, we gotta take it from another point of view. Some people don't always got the good parents we have. Some don't have parents at all. Some don't have parents that don't care if they go to school or not. So we gotta like encourage them, like even though try to get help.
But try to tell your family, and you have your
try
neighbors,
to get help from your family, your neighbors to try to get some education, even if it start with helping you read, learn the alphabet. Like you can learn at any age.
Yeah,
it's just if you have that help.
There's all kind of programs, and there's all kind of like ways for you to, if you are missing something, for you to get that. It's never like, oh, it's not available, because it's always available, and you always have options. So the best way to get an education is to know your options. So.
And it's never too late to start, you guys. It's never too late. As I said, our youngest interview today was 6. You guys, how was your oldest? Who was your oldest? Mine was 20.
Mine was 27.
My oldest was about 48, I believe, yes.
So we had a range of who we had interviewed, and it's like from their perspective of what education is and how it goes about. We also had should low-income families, students be allowed to go to college free?
Well, yeah, because like you have to fight the hurdle of being from a low-income family. So if you like overcome that hurdle, then yeah, it should be free money from there on.
And I do feel that low-income families should go to school for free, but I also feel that if you're going to go to school for free, use that opportunity. I know a lot of people that have received grants and received financial aid, but they just sit in class. They don't do their homework. They don't do certain things after school, what they need to do to progress themselves, and they just use the money, and they're just there, you know, moseying around. And then after college, you know, they're not really in a job that they love to do, you know, because they haven't applied. So if the money is there, if you're getting money to go to college, use it. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, and when we mention free, we mean by where you don't have to take out loans, where it covers everything, where you don't have to pay for books. So it's basically covering everything, your books, your classes, your tuition. But you look at how much money that is, right? It's around $21,000 to $22,000 for a year. So imagine if you go into college and you was given the opportunity to go for free and you waste that much money.
However, think if it, like you had to pay that much money, like $21,000, you would be a lot more grateful. Like you wouldn't take it for granted. Like he said, people, they oftentimes just like go there and they don't learn. But if you're actually, that's your money you're spending,
right,
you're going to like take advantage of that, and you're going to get many opportunities as you can. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I wouldn't want to like take $21,000 and just come out with a job instead of a career.
Right, right, understand.
So it's like, what would you do? Because you're not in college yet, but what would you do if you was given the opportunity to go to college for free?
What do you mean?
Like if you was given the opportunity to go to college free where you don't have to pay for anything and you're able to stay on campus to go to college. They pay for all your books. Would you take it?
Yeah, free money. Like who wouldn't take it?
Yeah, and it's, you look at it because I'm not completely going to college free because I have scholarships. I did 3 scholarships, so I was able to allow to go to college. But I'm taking like, because that money was given to me because of my essays, and what was in my essay was to become someone, to be someone, and to make use of something that was given to me. So I'm making use of what was given to me to become the engineer that I want to be. And one of the quote was, "Why is education important? It is a self-intelligent process, a important concept of life." And I said I found that on blaze.com in an important article of why education is important. And it will also help you become a successful career person that you want to be. And it looks at the importance of education is looked at as a key factor of being successful. So it's basically to have a successful professional life And ask yourself, when you ask yourself what is the importance of education and what you get out of it, is it what you learn, how you well-being with the common society, or discovering new things? And mine was what I learned in discovering new things, because not only do I discover new things, but I discover a new me, a new thing, and what I want to be and where I want to go.
Yeah, and by taking a road that you never took before, you learn like a lot more things. Like Robert Frost said, like you had the shorter path that everyone took, or you had the longer path that no one took, and it's a lot more to discover than something everybody already know.
So visit us at betterdetroityouthmovement.org, or you can give me a call at 313-739-5590, or check out our Facebook with Mixing Up with Barry Ross on demand Facebook.
Okay. On TV 33, join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33.